right, everyone, welcome back. Thanks for joining us. We have Calais Campbell here for you all. We'll get it started here with Dave Ginsburg.
Hey, Dale. Wondering what you did on your bye, whether it was productive in terms of just taking a rest, getting away from it for a little bit, even though you really couldn't go home, and getting psyched up for the second half.
Yeah, I mean, I'm such a football fan that I don't really have to get too far away. But I sit back and watch movies and stuff and let my mind wander a little bit. But I watched a lot of tape on myself and kind of studied myself and stuff like that, and just the team and tried to look forward a little bit. But it was a great bye week.
Hey, Calais, Sean Stepner, WMAR, ABC Baltimore. What have the conversations been like with Yannick over the last couple days?
They've been great. We already talk, probably once a week already. He's like a brother to me. And so, being able to have him on my team, it's going to be fun again. We used to have a lot of fun together, competing and pushing each other to get better. And, just being able to have him as a teammate again, I'm excited about it. I feel like he's going to help us win a lot of ball games.
I mean, just as a follow-up, did any of the conversations since he was acquired, lead to you guys talking about what you guys could do on the field together again, or kind of the future here in Baltimore together?
Yeah. I mean, most of the conversations were really just excitement. It was really just about how great it is to this organization is, and how great it is to have him on the team again. I feel like it's not even, you don't have to even talk about it for me. When we talk to each other, I know what his standard is. I know the way he plays the game. He's going to come with a lot of passion, a lot of heart. He's going to go out here and he's going to make his presence felt.
Hey, Calais, this is Childs Walker with the Baltimore Sun. You obviously had some big-time battles with the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger when you were in Jacksonville. When you watch him in particular on film from this year, does it look like he's back to being kind of the same old Ben, or what do you say?
I mean, it's the best I've seen him. He's always been great, but he's locked in. He's getting rid of the ball fast, making great reads, getting the ball to his playmakers, still throwing the ball well down the field. You gotta love what you see on tape. When you watch him, he's a great player. Hall of Fame worthy, and he's a lot better player overall. He's always been great, but they're rolling, and so we got our hands full. Hopefully. I'm looking forward to the challenge. He's a great challenge. He's definitely up there with the best to do it.
Hey, Calais, Bo Smoke with Press Box. I know after the Eagles game you said you've heard this idea that you're not a Raven until you play the Steelers. I'm curious if Matthew Judon or some of the longer tenured Ravens have talked to you about what this week entails leading up to this game.
Yeah, both Matthew Judon, Pernell McPhee, and Brandon Williams. I've been hearing it from everybody, really. Jimmy Smith. You could tell that this game is it carries a lot of weight. I'm a football fan. I've been watching football all my life, and playing it long enough to know that there's no bigger rivalry in sport, in professional sports, in my opinion, than this matchup, and as a football fan, I've watched it from far for plenty of years, and I'm happy to finally be in it.
This is Ryan Mink from Ravens Media. Along those lines, obviously, you're watching tape of the Steelers' offense, but is there any desire to prove or show people that the Ravens' defense is the best defense on the field come Sunday?
Every time we touch the field, we have a standard. When we're out there playing defense, man, we want to be the best. And honestly, we watch what they do, and we know that they're great. Their defense is special. They have playmakers all over the field, guys who show up, and so we're cut from the same cloth. They're definitely a worthy opponent on both sides of the ball, and we take that. We look at that, and we smile. All right, we're gonna be competing against their defense too. At the end of the year, we'll figure out who the best defense is, but they're definitely a worthy opponent.
Hey, Calais, it's Mark Viviano from WJZ TV here in Baltimore. I see you got the Bring Your Own Energy T-shirt on. When you get to the stadium, there's actually going to be some fans there for the first time in the numbers of thousands. It's not going to be a full house, obviously, but what do you think of that energy? Will it make a difference, especially when you're playing a rival? What do you think?
I hope so. I hear that this stadium, when it's rocking, when they got, when it's full capacity and rocking, this stadium is special. And I've been in it on the other side, and so I remember it being special. I mean, Ray Lewis, doing his dance, and you seeing the whole stadium come alive. I can't wait for those days, But at the same time, just having any fans in the stands is going to be special. It's going to be great. And as a defensive player, I feed off of energy. I need that energy. And even like just when we played against the Eagles last, they had a few fans there, and you could feel the difference. And so, we'll have a few more than they had, and I can't wait, man. I love having fans in the stands and bringing the energy. Now, I'm going to still bring my own energy, but, getting a little bit from the fans definitely makes a difference.
Hey, Calais, this is Jameson from ESPN. What does it say to you when you see an organization be as aggressive as the Ravens in getting, especially this defensive talent? I mean, last year you weren't here, but they traded for Marcus Peters. Then they traded for you. They trade for Yannick. What does that say for a player on this defense when they do something like that?
It really says that, Eric DeCosta is really good at his job, first and foremost. I think a lot of it comes down to, that we're gonna always try to improve the roster to be able to win. The goal is not just to make the playoffs. The goal has always been to win a Super Bowl. And, I feel like, we have the pieces in place, and if we can add a piece here and there to make it even better, great. I'm excited because I know, as a pass rusher, as a run stopper, but as a defensive lineman, anytime you can get more dogs on the field at one time, and they have to kind of pick their poison, who they want to stop, and really, we just take turns making plays. It definitely is special. But, when I think about our front office and think about this team, this organization, the number one goal is always to win a Super Bowl. And they're going to do everything in their power to try to help our coaches, help us get in position to win.
Hey, Calais, this is Aaron Cousins at Penn Live. This isn't a football-specific question, but I wanted to get your take. Your former teammate, Raquel Armstead, there was a report that he's been hospitalized with the coronavirus. I'm curious if that changes your perspective as a person or as a NFLPA representative.
Yeah, well, we all knew that was a possibility, statistically speaking. It's scary. It definitely it puts things in perspective. I talked to him because, we're pretty good friends too, just through text and stuff, and he sounded like he was in pretty good spirits and he felt pretty good at where he's at right now. And so that definitely helped me out a lot because, I was worried about him. You hear the reports. But, man, this is a serious thing we're dealing with. And, and we're going through the process and have the protocols to try to be as safe as possible. But it really is scary, that it can hurt, it can hurt you real serious, just, you don't know, how many people and when. I try my hardest not to catch it. And, and so many guys around the NFL have, but if, for it to be severe and harmful to one person, it's kind of too many. But, just got to go through the process and try to follow the protocols and try to be as safe as possible.
And a couple more for Calais.
Hey, Calais, it's Luke Jones with WNST. You mentioned this a little bit earlier, but the depth that you guys have up front. In your career, you've been a guy that's typically played about 80% of defensive snaps, and you're down this year, not for any wrong reason or anything, but adding Yannick now to that group that's already pretty deep, how much fresher, how much more beneficial is that as you guys get into the deeper or the second half of the season and then into January?
Yeah, it's going to be crucial. I feel like to win a Super Bowl, it's a long road. You have to play a lot of games, and you have to play great in a lot of games. And so, when we can have a rotation and really be able to move well, I feel like if I could play 40 plays, full speed every play, and we could just rotate, and all of us are kind of right around that 40, 45 range. We're going to be a tough team to beat. When we got to play, 70, 80 plays. There's going to be a lot of bad plays in there. So that rotation is huge. I feel like you want to send waves at them. Go out there and, go as hard as you can for as many plays you can go, come out, catch your breath, and then come back right in. And you just take turns sending waves at them. And, that's when you'll be at your best, especially when that second wave is just as good as the first. Our coaches say they want me and Wolf rotating, a lot of situations, in third downs and when, I feel like, when I come out the game and Wolf comes in, that's you know, I can take my time. I can get as much water as I want. You know, I'm going to rush back in.
Calais, this is Jeff Rebeck from The Athletic. We all know what kind of pass rusher Yannick is and what he's been able to accomplish. How does he fit in from a personality standpoint? I mean, a lot's made of his competitiveness and kind of the chip on his shoulder that he has. How will you think he will fit in on the type of defensive mentality you guys have?
Yeah, I think this place is perfect for him. You know, you think about what what it means to be a Raven. You know, when I kind of embraced that and started really learning about it, started researching the guys that came before me. And, you know, I hope this really works out for him here and he can be a long-time Raven because this place, you know, it really is special. And what it means to be a Raven, he possesses that. I mean, he loves the game of football. I mean, he's probably one of the hardest working people I've ever met, you know, and I mean, he watches a lot of tape, you know, he runs, he's always, you know, first in line, running sprints as hard as he can, you know, gets to the ball. And I mean, when they say lead the lead in effort, you know, he's definitely going to be an effort guy. And, you know, you see it, you know, when you watch his tape, I mean, he's a high motor guy. And, you know, and these coaching staff here, just the organization, they're going to allow him to be himself and to flourish. And so I feel like this is going to be a great place for him. I'm really excited for him. You know, I mean, like Tony Jefferson told me, man, I'm excited you get to be a Raven. You know, that's how I feel for him. I'm excited he gets to be a Raven.
Calais, we appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much.
Take it easy.
We'll send everyone to a breakout room. We'll be back shortly with Coach Harbaugh. Thank you so much, everyone.